Welcome to PaxWisdom TV. I'm host Penelope Jean Hayes. In the books, The Likely Future, Volumes 1 and 2, Spirit Energy Pax speaks of the connection between coronavirus and hormones. That's right, you're not going to hear this information, and you haven't anywhere else. Hormones. Fear hormones in animals in captivity. Fear hormones in animals that are mass-produced in these slaughterhouses, these meat processing plants. He also speaks about hormones in pregnancy and the connection between coronavirus, and speaks of the connection between growth hormones in children and coronavirus now showing up in children in new and varying strains. And they are all connected to hormones. If you have not heard this anywhere else, please share this information with your friends. If you know somebody in the scientific field, in the medical field, and you think they need to hear this, please share it. Together, we can find the solutions and we can protect ourselves. This is an alternative source. Listen to what Pax has to say in his own words about the connection between coronavirus and hormones. There is the connection in that incubation of new life and creation, or blooming, of a microbe into a fetus, into a living thing, is a blooming of life into life. It is a mimic of this that the virus likes to do as it enters, blooms into disease, hides away until once again blooms into disease. It is enriched by the human body hormones. Do we say it feeds on hormones? Perhaps not, but it is enriched in this way. The key here is to know it is the hormonal connection that will make the difference when approaching the need of this virus to spread throughout the body, with its filling of empty spaces with clots, bubbles of traveling virus. That we have stated, hormones are connected to this virus and its target is the case. What your medical researchers will determine is in which stage of the virus development it will peak. There is an affinity between this virus and growth hormones, and this is the place to begin the research. The rest will fall into place in their understanding. We are not here to replicate their work. While the human pregnancy consideration continues within science, the transient clotting remains a mystery. This is triggered by the growth hormone, and here is where to look for the connection. In those infected people without pregnancy components to the disease, it is the fact that the virus seeks out new homes for itself in the way of organs. Hearts and lungs are favorites. It is a mercenary approach this virus has to infiltrating and commandeering the body to its own wishes. A military approach to managing the treatment would be in order. Strategies utilized in plotting interference in an adversary's approach and intention to capture. Consider this. It is at this time we wish to speak more on the topic of coronavirus in children. It is now arising, as it will even more. And there is confusion and lack of understanding about how children are differently affected from adults. Now there is a pattern beginning where organic involvement on a whole cell level is being seen. How is it that this impact is shown here and not to this degree and this soon in adults? Children have growth hormones moving throughout their bodies. This virus likes hormones. It attaches, seeks out, and engages with hormones. Is there a way science can interrupt this? Care is to be taken now to introduce this thought to the medical researchers and look for a way to interrupt this cycle. Again, we speak of an interrupter as being needed to combat this attacker. It remains so. And that is what Pax has to say about the connection between coronavirus and hormones. Pax describes himself as the God being, the greater wisdom. Now listen, you don't have to believe in God. You don't have to believe that the spirit world talks to people, but you can at least logically say, you know what, it sounds like there might be a connection between coronavirus and hormones. So if you know somebody who can benefit from this information, forward it on to them. Send it to your friends and family. Send it to somebody that you know in the medical industry. Let them put their mind around it. This is the alternative source.